It's the Out of Nazareth podcast. Yalla, Habibis. Welcome back, guys, to the Out of Nazareth podcast. We're here with Jeries, Elias.
Yes.
Jeries, welcome, man.
Hey, thank you. I'm happy to be with you here.
Habibi. Jeries, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Jeries. I'm a junior at the Nazareth Baptist School, and I live in Cana of Galilee.
Oh, كفر كنا.
Yes, next to Nazareth. Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's it. What famous story from the Bible happened in Cana?
The first miracle of Jesus happened in the Cana of Galilee. He was at a friend's wedding, and he magically turned the water to wine.
Yeah. It was a embarrassment. If you had a wedding party and you ran out of wine, it was an embarrassment in the culture and the time to run out of wine or food or anything, because hosting is so important. So I love in the Bible, it says his mom looked at him and she's like, "Hey, Jesus, I know you can."
Yes, you have to do something.
And he's like, "Woman, yeah, mother, it's not my time." And I feel like she just gave him like the mom eyes, where she was like, and he was like, "All right, I'll do it." Jeries, you are a child, I guess, of the northern Galilee area. You grew up here. I want to ask you, Jeries, what's it like growing up in a place where the rest of the world has like their eye or know what's going on? What's it like to grow up in a very famous place?
It's not like very special, but you can say it's special. Like everybody, like you see in the news, everybody talks about Israel. Everybody, يعني, a lot of people know about this place. But like our lives, our daily lives, very normal. يعني مش إنه like everybody else. يعني مش إشي special. فاهم كيف؟
Yeah, I get you. I mean, there are the core, the basic elements of you wake up, you go get dressed, you go to school, you don't want to be at school.
Yes, nothing like just like everybody else, like every 16 years old in the world.
Right, but at the same time, you guys always ask me, "Zach, why would you come here? America is so much better. And American schools are better." So where do you guys get the idea that American schools are better?
First of all, movies. We like watch a lot of movies.
Do you have any favorites?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You're good. No worries.
And and the social media. We see like my Instagram feed is like not Arabic. It's American or European. And yes, like
what do you think about the schools in other places? Like what's school like here?
I think maybe like in Asia it's like us or more boring. I don't know. But in America I think it's fun. I don't know why. I don't think they are very serious at the teaching. So that's what يعني فاهم علي.
I understand you, yeah.
So they like have so much fun. They have sports team. We don't have sports here. We just like study.
That's true.
Like ask everybody in my class, what do you want to become when you get older? Doctor, scientist, engineer,
lawyer.
Yes. Nobody tells you artist or
professional athlete.
Yes, no.
Almost every high school boy at some point imagined, and again imagine becoming a professional sports player.
Yes,
I was one of them. So, and coming here and seeing how much they study, like I remember we were doing youth meetings, like Young Life youth meetings, and I try to get people to come, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I have a test," and I was like, "When's your test?" And they're like, "In 2 weeks." I'm like, "You're studying for a test already?
Yes.
That's in 2 weeks? I didn't study that hard in college." So here the academic part is so much more pushed, and I feel like you guys do miss out. You're definitely smarter than us, but you miss out on some of the extracurricular.
I don't think that we are smarter than you.
No?
No.
Okay. Maybe in some subjects. Like,
Yes, maybe.
the equivalent of the SAT in America is called the psychometry here, right? From what I've understood, it's much more difficult than what we take.
Yes.
In terms of the level of math, you guys are also doing different languages. Like you have an English part, right?
Yes.
And you're also doing it in Hebrew
Yes, English, Hebrew, or Arabic.
and Arabic.
Yes.
So, kul ihtiram, you're speaking your third language with me and you're 16. All the respect. Okay, now this is a very interesting element that you spoke about, is how you grow up with like American movies, American entertainment. I did not grow up with any Arabic influence. I had no idea who Kulthum was. I had no idea who Fairuz was. I never ate kusawara in my life before I came here. So being from here and having so much Western influence, do you think it's changed how like the Arab teenager thinks and acts, like what's important to them from like Arab teenagers from the past? Because you guys have this access to Western media.
I don't think that everybody really is interested in like another culture here, but most of us do, because like the situation here is not the best. So you look upon to travel to another countries or to تهاجر
To immigrate.
to immigrate to another place.
Yeah.
So yeah, يعني
Would you immigrate if you could?
yes,
Where would you go?
United States.
USA. Okay, why USA?
I think that Europe is nice, but like really authentic, like old, or يعني how do I say it? I think the US is more fun.
Okay, more fun. When I came here too, I was surprised by like you guys still use Snapchat, right?
Yes.
Snapchat.
Everything.
What are the socials you use?
Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp is a social media.
WhatsApp is what about what's the one? Be real.
No, it's
That came and went.
yes.
Okay.
But I never really, like used it. 2 weeks maximum I used it.
Okay. But yeah, it was interesting for me because I came and you guys knew about some of our pop culture. Like Friends is on TV here.
Yes.
You guys know our music, like some of the rappers, movies. I really had no connection point with Arabic or Arabs until I came. And so it was like this slap in the face in terms of everything that was new, in mostly good ways. Although I remember some of the boys when I just came, and one guy showed up and they started slapping him on the back of the neck, like just violently. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're bullying him. Like, stop bullying this kid. And like, no, he got a haircut.
Yes.
And so it's nice and fresh in the back. And so you guys just whoosh.
Yes.
And when you say what?
Naiman.
Naiman, which there is no direct translation in English for Naiman.
Yes.
It means like, you look good. You have cleaned yourself up.
We also use Naiman when you get out of the bath.
When you get out of the shower, you're
Yes.
clean.
Naiman.
So haircut, shower. When you're dressed up.
No.
No? Okay, so it's specifically like
Shaving,
Okay.
haircut, and shower.
and shower. Naiman.
Yes.
And then the response is
Thank you. شكرا.
ينعم عليك.
اوكي انا بحكيهاش.
He doesn't say it. But there is like this untranslatable word that is so used. Like يعطيك العافية. Yani, good job. Well done working. But
Is
you
there
can say it.
a word in English for like the same meaning?
You could say like good job, but because you can say يعطيك العافية like at the beginning, during, or afterwards.
Yes.
It doesn't totally match up, but a couple fun things. Okay, something special about the school where you go to is you have, it's all Arab, right?
Yes.
All Arab from mostly Nazareth, but then Kufr Khanna, some other small villages around
Yes,
here.
yes.
What's been your, you're in your 11th grade year, you got one more year to go. Tell me a memory. Tell me a memory from your high school years that you just like really remember.
at the beginning of the COVID-19, like in the March 2020,
Yeah.
a group of Americans came to the school, and like it's like normal to see tourists to come to the school. And then after a few days, they told us they have the COVID, and we all went to quarantine for maybe a month.
The whole school.
The whole school. But we didn't like get the COVID, but we had to go to the quarantine.
Wait, was this school like one of the first?
Yes, the first in Nazareth to shut down and to go to quarantine.
Like COVID started to get talked about in this country here. Oh my gosh.
It was on the news like a few cases of COVID-19 in Tel Aviv and I don't know where else. But it was...
And then this news story of like, there's a foreigner who's come to the Nazareth Baptist School. Dang, man. You will forever be etched in the history of this country and COVID especially. And okay, you have 11th grade year. Here, you guys choose a major. You could choose like a focus before you leave high school. What's your focus?
I chose the computer science and physics.
Why did you choose those two?
Okay, like I have high grades, so I'm not forced to, but I have to pick like physics and something high, like computer science.
Oh, because you're smart?
Yes.
Okay. Like, do you have any natural passion or like? No, just whatever. I have to choose something.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what you want to do? Is it related to physics or computer science?
Yes, maybe. I'm thinking about aerospace engineering, but here in Israel, Arabs are not allowed to work in this field. So I can study it here, but I can't work here.
Interesting. We'll leave that just to the side. We won't go deeper into that topic. But yes, we understand. Some of us might understand why. Okay, very cool. And you have one more year left of high school. Are there things you're looking forward to? Are there things you're nervous about?
No, like the really hard tests are like now, not the next year. So I want to like do them this year and not have to do them again the next year. So I can have as much fun as I can next year.
Yeah, habibi.
Oh, yes. Like, no, I just want to have fun the next year.
Absolutely. Senior year, yeah. You gotta have fun with the shabab, with the guys. Is there... Okay, real quick, I want to go back to this again, too. One of the cool things I saw and witnessed about being a kid that goes to school here is you see people from around the world. So you could be walking to school and you see before the war and before COVID, tourism was, so common here. You see like a bus of Africans.
Yes, every day.
Like getting off, and then Brazilians the next day. So it's just such a cool, different element than most kids have in their life experience around the world. Right. And you guys just roll with it. I love that. You're just like, yeah, this is everyday life. Welcome to the Holy Land.
It's still special. Like we sometimes take pictures with the tourists. Yes.
And you get to practice your English.
Yes. We chat with them. We take pictures, selfies.
Yeah, habibi. Cool, man. Now, you got a girlfriend?
No.
No, still single. Sorry, me too. Jeries, you have any questions for me?
Okay, is life in America as good as we expect? Like the people who watch movies, who see on the social media.
I think you guys romanticize, like you build up the idea of America from the movies a little bit. What I realize, because I've lived around in different places in America and here, life is life. You're going to wake up. You're going to go to work. Like the same way we talked about being a student.
Yes.
You're going to do some foundational things, basic. Go to the grocery store, do your laundry. So even in America, I was like, it's important to choose where you live because that's like the environment you're going to grow up or you're going to experience your everyday in. So for example, I, for 7 years, lived in Nazareth here, which is more like a city that if you're a family, better to be in. But I moved to Haifa, which is on the beach, and I love living next 5 minutes from the beach. the Mediterranean Sea too. For me, being from America, that's pretty cool. So I chose where I live and then just carry out my daily work tasks. I think it's unique and special for me being the foreigner because I can walk in a store and like speak a little bit of Arabic or Hebrew with somebody and they're immediately like curious. And so then you just kind of make a friend immediately. So that wouldn't happen to me in America. I'm just like another regular American. So that's fun. It's fun to be the different one. If you're liked. If you're not liked, maybe not so fun. The thing about America when I go back or what I notice is you can have anything you want when you want it. Like Amazon Prime. Like anything you think of, you could have it that day or the next day. Whereas here, maybe a store has it, maybe it doesn't. There is a free, like of the individual life. There's a freedom in that. But I also, for example, love the traditions here of how, you know, every Friday or every Saturday, the whole family gets together. And it's not just your like mom, dad, and brothers and sisters. It's grandma and the aunties and the uncles. So I think depending on what your priorities and your values are, that's what affects, you know, how you feel about where you live. So I really like living here. I think you guys could have fun in America, but I think it might be hard to live long term in America unless you brought your whole family with you. Like it'd be hard for you as an individual to go for a long time.
I get you.
But because you're so used to this family aspect. So good question. Yeah, it's usually the most common thing is people look at me and they're like, you're crazy for leaving America. And I just try to make sure that they know that there are problems everywhere. Granted, they're a little bit more in your face here, like with, you know, war and rockets and whatnot. But wherever you go, there's, you know, humans hurting other humans.
Yes.
What football team do you support?
Manchester City and Barcelona.
Okay. I'm a United fan, so what's your favorite Arabic food?
There's not not one. I think maybe kusa wara or muhammar or everything. I don't have like things I don't eat. Maybe a few dishes.
Okay.
But like I eat.
Kusawara is like zucchini stuffed, like hollowed out, stuffed with rice and meat and cooked, and then grape leaves as well, like stuffed with rice and meat and then rolled and cooked together. It's fantastic.
Do you have Arabic restaurants in America?
There are Arabic restaurants started by people who lived over here and then emigrated. The funny thing is, no matter where the Arab is from, they're always either called Lebanese or Mediterranean.
Yes.
Even if they're from Palestine, Jordan, Saudi, Lebanese or Mediterranean, because Americans don't have any issues with those places. So yeah, one time I was like in a bakery and it was like Mediterranean bakery. And I was like, where are you from? And one guy was from Jordan and one guy was from Palestine. And I was like, habayeb, what's up, guys? I speak your language. They're like, why? But also like the food, the quality. I've bought like za'atar in America, and it's not nearly as good as a za'atar from here. Well, for what I don't know, whatever.
Yes,
reason.
I see like a few restaurants on the social media, and I think the food is not like the real one here.
Exactly, it's not asli, it's not original. Yes. But Arabic food, this diet, and it's one of the healthiest diets you can possibly have. There's this huge problem going on in America of like fat.
Yes, I think, I don't know why, I think Americans don't know how to cook. That's
you can say that.
Like
there's some.
I see you know the videos on the Instagram. Like I have 3 children and I have to do my nails and you know.
Yes.
The same. Like you use a lot of cheese. You use like a lot of unhealthy.
Exactly. All this like quick to make.
Yes.
You know, preservatives. This is a huge issue in America right now.
Like you have like let's take me as an example. Like our house, we have like, you know, pantry and stuff, but it's like ingredients, not like something quick to do.
Not like a little snack
Yes,
bar.
No. So
or
it's more healthy.
Cookies,
than,
Oh, I feel so much healthier eating here. And everything is olive oil.
Yes.
Not as much seed oils. I'm very glad that I live here because although the funny thing is you eat healthy, but then everybody smokes cigarettes.
Yes.
Like it's this rite of passage. It's not as much in America anymore, but it's this rite of passage for like teenagers, especially boys, to like, oh, I'm 16 now.
I don't smoke.
I know. Respect. I love that. I really respect that. But it's funny because one of my jobs at the school is to be like, hey guys, please don't smoke in the bathroom. When I start to walk to the bathroom and they start yelling, Hukumi, the government's coming. Hey, put your cigarettes away, put your vapes away. So anyways, it's just a funny element of being here with you guys. What do you think about Trump?
Firstly, I thought he, like, I had two like sides. I think he's good to the Americans, to like the people in America, but bad for the other people like in other countries. Like he doesn't care about anybody else but like America.
Right? Make America great again.
As an American, I think Trump is a good choice. But as anybody else, I don't think.
And what's your thoughts about where you're from, Cana? Like it's interesting. You live in Cana, which is a smaller village, and you go to school in Nazareth. So like where you're at every day and then you go home and you leave it, what's the difference between Cana and Nazareth? Is there
first of all, like everywhere, like the Christians are the minorities, like it's maybe 10% of the whole Arabs in Israel,
right?
So Cana is a small village, like maybe 25,000 people in it. So there is no like private Christian schools. There is one from the 1st grade to the 8th grade, but like there's no high school.
Okay.
And my father is a graduate from yes.
Okay, so you're a legacy. You have generations here.
So I came to the school, and there's a lot of people from Cana of Galilee that like learn outside of Cana of Galilee.
Over here. Is your parents originally from Cana?
No, my father and my mother from Elabun.
Yes. Oh, another. Actually, there's another interview I have with Majd Shufani, and his family's from Elabun. And it was like this Christian village that like they had to leave, and then there was the only one that got to come back during 48. Okay. I think it's cool, like how you guys can trace your ancestors back for years and generations.
Do you know like the origins of your family? Like, does every American know his?
No, most of them don't. I would say beyond like grandparent, maybe great grandparent. Some Americans know. Like I know because it was a little bit more interesting. Not to be mean, but like my mom's dad was from India, so he was an immigrant. She was the first generation born in the States, and so that story just interested me more because it wasn't like, oh, we're like white British people that came over on the Mayflower. It was something different. But what's interesting is when my mom grew up, it wasn't cool to be like mixed genetically, but when I grew up in high school, it was cool to have like something different, like a little spice, like not be fully white. So I was like, my MySpace name was Zaki the Paki because my grandfather's from Pakistan. So, but no, here you guys know much further back because this is the land. Are you the eldest son?
No.
Oh, so you won't be Abu?
No.
Okay. What's your brother's name?
Elias.
Yes. So he'll be Abu.
We are twins actually, but he is older.
No way.
5 minutes older. Yes.
Okay. So he has to do the father of.
Yes.
And you're free.
Yes.
Yeah. You had any more siblings?
Yes, a sister, older sister.
Okay. Right on, man.
What about you?
I got 2 older sisters, and each one of them have a son, but I'm the only son. So if I follow Arabic tradition, I will be Abu John, and I'm the only one because my cousins my age that are men, they had daughters. So I'm the only one that can continue on my Miller family line because both of my sisters' last names were changed. So still single at the moment, but we'll see what happens. And let's see. All right. If I can ask you, and again, you can choose however deep you want to go, but, where are you in your faith walk with God? If there is, if there's not, no worries. Just curious.
I do believe in God, but I'm not I don't go to church, or I go on the holidays,
Christmas and Easter.
Yes. But I don't believe in the church, يعني
whatever, man. Don't feel pressure to say anything.
لا مش عارف أحكي.
Okay. Well, what do you understand about what Christianity? Because you grow up in a place where Christianity and Islam are very much the main two things, and there are some differences, and there are lots of similarities as well. So when you say I don't believe in the church, you mean the rituals?
Yes, the rituals.
Okay. Going to church makes you a good person.
No.
I agree. I don't believe that just going to church makes you a good person.
Yes, the Christianity, they took it and they did some rituals. They invented stuff
okay.
You have to do stuff. You have to do أول مناولة or the
أول مناولة is the first 10 commandments.
No, you go to in church when you go and
the communion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people should do this.
Okay. Are you curious at all? Or just in your own time you'll pursue these things?
No, I'm not very interested to know, but why? You have to do this.
Okay.
And getting baptized at a small age. Why a 3 years old have to get baptized now? He won't remember, and he didn't do anything bad to get baptized.
Yeah. So this actually is from what I've learned, I was visiting Germany, and when do you remember the bubonic plague? It was this really bad disease, and so children were dying really young. And so what some Christians did was they're going to die and they haven't been baptized. And there was this belief that you have to be baptized, which I, again, don't totally agree with, because next to Jesus on the cross, one of the criminals was like, "Hey, Jesus, remember me." And he's like, "I'll see you today in heaven." He never was baptized. But so there was this fear, we got to baptize the baby, because then if they do die young, because of this disease, then they'll be accepted into heaven. Oddly enough, that tradition continued. I'm not someone that believes baby baptism is the way to do it. I think it should be, hey, this is my decision.
Yes.
So, just cool. It was a thing that you thought that, I don't know, maybe you'll think about different now. But I was baptized as a baby, but then when I was 21 and I was like, hey, you know what? I really believe this. And baptism, it's not a magical thing. Again, I was like, what? Why do we do this? All it is you do it publicly. It's an outward expression of what's going on the inside. And then you do it in front of some people. So then if I said hey, Jeries, using another analogy, I'm going to work out 4 times a week. And I told you that. And then I started to stop working out. I started working 3 and 2 times a week. You could come up to me and hold me accountable. Hey, Zach, remember when you told me that thing?
Yes.
I'm going to keep you accountable. So it's that kind of thing. Hey, I've made this declaration about what I believe and my faith in front of these people. These people, you have the right to call me out when I'm not living this way. So there's a little bit of baptism. Cool, man. It's special here because the Nazareth Baptist School was started by a group of Baptists in the 50s, and it's a place where we do get to talk about faith in Christ with all the students. Just encourage them in their faith walk with God. So, all right. I think we're kind of closing down. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to share or say from the heart? Or
no, I don't think so.
No? Well, it was really fun getting to sit and talk with you for a minute, man. Nice to learn a little bit more about you.
Thank you.
Habibi. And thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you again on the Out of Nazareth podcast.